So that's
Sure.
great attendance
Yeah,
for new.
definitely. And lots of people watching after the fact. All
Yes.
right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and go live then. All right, it is noon here on the East Coast. I'm Coach Ashley. Welcome to another edition of the Get Growing live weekly work session with GetOiling. We are joined this week by our founder and creator and super tech wizard, Greg Kilwine.
Thank you, Ashley. Appreciate that. Welcome, everyone. We're glad you're here. It's a super more exciting than usual weekly webinar that we have here. So we're excited to have it unfold before you. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're very excited today because of some really cool stuff that we've been working on behind the scenes. Greg has been doing I can't fathom how you make these things work, but you do, and you guys are going to get the very first look at a total game changer. If you use anything on the internet to grow your business with Young Living, or you want to, this is something that you're going to want to see today. So as you're coming in, go ahead and pop over here in the chat. Let me see where you're coming in from. If you are brand new, just a bit of housekeeping. This is the Get Growing live weekly work session. We hold this session every single week for members of our GetOiling community and for anyone who is growing a Young Living business. We're here to help you make sense of building your business online and leveraging online tools to grow offline as well. And of course, we invite you to come and join our community and become a member of GetOiling. You can start your very first month for $1 and get all the tools that you need to grow your Young Living business, backed by training just like this, as well as many, many more and greater depth of training that are inside our member area, as any of our members can tell you. So we're happy to have you all here today and very excited to cover this topic. All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? Romania. Wow, far away. What time is it, Larissa? There where you are. Jackie in North Carolina. Greg is awesome. Deb, yes. Hello, Jan, our cross-Canada traveler. Nice to meet you all. Hello, Illinois, Nebraska. Oh, it's only 7 in Romania. That's not so bad. All right. Well, fantastic. We're going to get started today. I've got some slides prepared for you, as you saw in our email that went out about this training. Let me get my share going here. What we're talking about today is the truth, the truth about Facebook groups. All right. So first, again, welcome, you guys. We're really happy to have you here. We value the time that you come and spend with us each week, and we value your mission to change lives through Young Living's products, and we are here to help serve you on that mission of growth and expansion. So I got a poll for you guys first. So maybe just a show of hands for this one. Do you currently own, or are you an active member, or just generally a member of a Young Living related Facebook group? Oh, look at all those hands. Yep. It's ubiquitous, right? Just about everybody has one or is connected to one for some reason or purpose. So now maybe we'll take those hands down and come over in the chat. Tell us what is it that you love about Facebook groups? Well, we'll get to what you don't like, because we know there's a lot of that. But let's talk about what you do like about using Facebook groups. What does it do for you?
Have a sense of community, easy connection.
Awesome. Yeah. So being able to have everybody in one place, right? That's it's really ideal, and being able to build a community. We got any others there?
Yeah, there's some more rolling in here now. Randy
right.
says able to share with others. Kim says support and friendship. Floyd says community and education resource. Kim says networking. Anna says we share experiences. So yeah, a lot of great feedback there.
Fantastic. So really, it sounds like for you guys here, what you really love the most is being able to have that sense of community and that shared resource so that you can communicate and also educate, right? That's the big draw for Facebook. Well, tell us anything that you maybe don't like so much about Facebook groups. How are they maybe not working for you? And what are the problems that you have faced in using Facebook groups to grow your Young Living business and communicate with your community?
Kim says not everyone is on Facebook, and I hear that one actually quite a lot. Like there's some
Yep.
people that don't want to be on it for whatever reason, which I totally understand. Can't
Mhm.
organize it well, Debbie says. Many people don't like Facebook. Having, let's see, Facebook controls who sees what. That's a big one.
It
Uh,
is. Yep.
can't get as much reach as you'd like. A lot of info, not much traction. And then the Facebook algorithm, which is basically that people don't see everything that you post.
Yep, that's right. That's right. So, so there's a lot here that doesn't work, and the fact is that it can, right? There are people who use this feature successfully, but the fact is that those who are using it as a primary means of being connected to their community, they have virtual assistants and teams of people who who manage the groups, who patrol and make sure that everything is up to speed, that you have enough engagement happening in there so that the algorithms actually share what you are posting in those groups. You have no way of sending out that notification and knowing that everyone received it when you're using Facebook. You can game your chances again with that algorithm idea, but it's not even a guarantee. So we hear you. We get it. We surveyed our community actually, and maybe this is something that you watching have received and responded to. But we got a lot of responses to this, and this is what we have heard. By and large, it echoes a lot of what we just heard right now. First is that your entire network, whether it's for prospects, for your for your members who are already with you, or for your teammates, your sharers, all those folks aren't on Facebook. A lot of people don't see what you post for a number of reasons, either because people have their notifications turned off in their groups, or they're just not generally on Facebook, or the algorithms just don't bump what you're saying up to the top of their newsfeed. Also, this is a big one, you guys, especially when we start thinking about how using information, and this kind of goes back to some 101 stuff on like building a business online and cultivating influence and helping to guide people toward making decisions that you want to facilitate. You want to have them in an isolated environment as much as possible to review information that they can take action on. And is Facebook not the most distracting place on the web, right? There's stuff going on all the time. You've got the ticker here, you got, cats and babies and politics and negativity. And it's so distracting. And so if you're trying to get people to really engage and really learn and listen and experience, especially if you're doing what is admittedly a kind of tricky thing, right? If you're trying to share in a global sense, something that you can't put in front of their nose right now, right? Like you can't stick a bottle of a focus centric oil under their nose when they're reviewing information online. So Facebook is super distracting. It's hard to get people to pay attention in the first place, and it's even harder to get them to take action because attention spans are already short. Facebook shortens them just more effectively than anything else. And then finally, and this is really important, you don't own it, so you can't fully control it. It's not your real estate. When I first got started teaching network marketers how to grow online, Facebook was a primary, really at the beginning for me, a sole strategy. And it worked really well to a point. But the fact is that you are always going to be at the mercy of whatever algorithm change they're about to make, whatever platform shift they're about to make, whatever rule they're going to apply. I mean, what's to say that Facebook isn't going to show up next week and say, you know what, we don't like network marketing businesses. They don't. We're gonna get rid of all these groups. And then what do? Right? So it's really important for you, if you're growing your business, if you are really aiming to establish a business that works for you when you're not working it, right? When you're looking to establish that team and that organization that's going to take you to the crown, you need to make sure that you own the assets that are working for your business. And when you don't have your Facebook group, or when you look at your Facebook group, you know that it's not your platform because you don't own Facebook. Maybe you might want to own shares of it, but you don't own it, so you can't control it. All right, so what if your groups, for your prospects, for your members who you want to send PV promos out to, or for your team, were actually housed on your turf? How would that feel? How would it feel to have control over how you disseminate information and how or whether people receive it? How cool would that be? in a situation where you get to make the rules because it's your house, right? Now, what if you could simply and easily funnel your contacts into the right groups for them, right? Because as you all can probably attest right now, maybe you're in one group, maybe you're in 20 Young Living groups, right? Maybe you've got one that you're kind of teasing people with information and they haven't quite learned about Young Living yet. And then maybe you've got some who are people that you're just trying to remind about essential rewards and about the monthly promotions. Or maybe you've got another one entirely where you're educating and working with your business builders, right? What if you could very easily, automatically funnel people off to the right areas with no confusion? Wouldn't that be a sigh of relief? Be a huge relief, right? And what if you could modulate and automate your classes online? Think about this, right? Imagine breaking down the scope of information that you would normally share to introduce someone to Young Living. Imagine if you could break that into lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 4, and have them be online and sent out and received so that they could even participate in class format. You can assign work if you wanted to. Wouldn't that be neat, right? And what if all of this stuff was actually really simple to pull off with step-by-step instructions? Would something like that help your business grow? Show of hands. If you had something like that working for you in your business, do you think that would help you grow? Woo, look at all those hands. Yep.
Seeing a lot of hands over here and a lot of oh yes and oh yeah and ideal in the chat.
Yes, yes. We think so too. So do you think it might also save you some time, some headache? You think about the ways that you have to go in and manage in your Facebook groups and online and trying to make sure that you just do everything that you can to get the communication out to everyone, right? Could it save you some time to have something like this working for you? And what if this was all tied right into your GetOiling contact manager, landing pages, and campaigns? What if people could opt into a landing page of yours on your GetOiling site, and then they land in a private area, just like a Facebook group, where they can get classes that they can enroll in, do homework in. You can see what they've seen and have a private discussion area or several. What about that? We want to introduce you to a new way to grow your community, your way, on your own website. If you have a GetOiling account right now and you log in and you are at basic or above at current levels, you now have your own private members area, complete with separate resource vaults, should you set them up that way, and online classes. All right, so we are going to show you guys what this looks like. Maybe show of hands. Do you want to see what this looks like and how this could work for you in your business? There they go. All right. So we're going to walk you through a member area that is set up to fill all of those functions that we've just talked about, where you can educate your prospects. And if you wanted to use attraction marketing concepts here and maybe not quite tell them about Young Living right away, and you're just kind of dripping that on them and moving them toward making that decision just like they were in a 101 class, right? You can do that. You could also have a member area that's separate for people who are already a part of your Young Living network, where you're sharing PV promotions and so on, and then even a separate area dedicated just for your team builders. So we're going to screen share here. Greg, do you want to take the reins on that? And we will we'll show you what this looks like and how it can work for you.
Sure. Did that work? That doesn't look like it worked. Let me try that again. Screen sharing. No? What's it showing? I don't know.
Here,
I think we had this issue a couple weeks ago. Maybe Zoom needs to have an update. Let's try this again here.
Oh, you also have like
There we
multiple.
go.
There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah,
Two
yeah.
monitors and like 50 windows. That's part of the problem, I think.
Yeah, that's probably it for sure.
There it is. Okay, awesome. Cool. Yeah, so the new link over here is under member area where you set all that good stuff up. So maybe we should take a peek inside of it first, just to show
Mhm.
like what is in there. So this is Jane, a fictitious account that we've created, and Ashley's done an awesome job of filling her member area with all sorts of great examples. And so yeah, you can custom, like your own photo up here. The font thing that we talked about a few weeks ago. We've got custom fonts in here, but yeah, so here are the resources there. The member area is organized into vaults. So as a part of your general member area, you can set up more than one vault and let people get access to specific vaults or not. And so here are a few different ones that we've set up here about 7 steps to your best life. This sounds like a class, holistic abundance and holistic home. So once you dive into a vault, and this is, I'm viewing this as an admin here so I can see all the vaults, but you can choose who gets to see what. There's a class in here, 7 steps to your best life. And it's a 7-step class, and each class has some content in here. I assume there's a, oh, here, loaded up with a sway. How cool is that? I think we covered that last week. There's
Yep.
comments down here. Yeah, all sorts of awesome stuff. So,
And actually, if you hit next there, you can also embed videos. So if you have videos from, say, YouTube, actually in this instance, this is straight from Young Living's YouTube channel.
mm-hmm. Awesome. Yeah, what else do we have in here? Another video.
And some
Yes.
of these actually have the chat enabled. I don't know if you scroll down to the discussion.
Mm-hmm.
There we
There it is.
go. So
You
you could
can,
actually have discussion on specific topics in your class as well. So if maybe you have a sway that's focused on a particular topic or a video, people can actually ask specific questions right there on that video. So it helps to keep things organized and you've got control. You could also choose to not have comments up either if you wanted to do it that way. It's
yeah.
totally customizable. You get to control how this works, you guys.
Yep. I think step 3 here didn't have any comments. You can see there's no
Mhm.
comments there. When you're done, you can mark it as complete. So then you can keep track of that all in the back end. And I'm again in as the admin, but under the contact manager too, there's a new little setting that lets you see what people are doing. And Ashley, you probably completed some of this, who knows? But there's a vault section down here. I guess you're not added into a vault, but once you do, you can click on there and like see what they've done. So you can see who's watched the videos and even what percentage of the video that they've watched. So it's really cool to see who's progressing through there. If they've watched 3% of the video and they mark it as complete, and then they talk to you about and have a bunch of questions that were in the video, you can see, well, maybe you didn't watch the video. You can understand that.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, so coming back here actually to the main area, let's dive into one of these other ones, the holistic abundance. So this has a couple of discussion rooms as well as a class. This is the business building vault, or a demo of one. So in here we've got our chat room, discussion room, and team updates. And you can actually put multiple discussion rooms so you can like segment within a vault, like here within the business builders. You've got your millionaire mastermind and then team updates. So those are kind of separate categories so that people can see, categorize basically what's going on. And here's a class on how to build a business with YL. Now we've only got 2 lessons in here, but this is where you can, like Ashley was saying, you can break down the huge topic of what could be a huge topic of business building into little bite-sized chunks for people to work through, which is a great way for some people to learn. A lot of people doing this business are working just a few hours here and there where they can. So it's a great way to chunk it down into something that they can digest, and then you can see their progress. Once they complete, you get an email. Like if they complete a class, you'll get an email on it, so you know who's completing that. Yeah, so let's peek in this last vault here, the holistic home. So this looks more like call it maybe a product users vault. So you've got your PV promos for the month. You can just drop in, look at that, there's a nice sway in there, even with a free consultation on there. Or is this like a prospects vault? Must be.
Actually, no, this one that I set up was for, sorry, just a second. This one that I set up was for members.
Okay.
So this would be, just for being able to connect, because obviously you have members who could be getting a whole lot more out of their product, right? So you want to always give people an opportunity to reach out to you and ask you questions, get your recommendations, and so on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's even, look at that, a class on how to get the most out of membership. That's awesome. Stepping them through lesson by lesson, just on how they can get the most out of that.
And those are just
Recipes.
sway files plugged in there too, guys. You can
Are they?
set this up really quickly. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah, so let's go back here to the recipes. This is something that a lot of people do, and we've got a page here with some recipes on it. Fantastic. And of course, the discussion room on recipes. So very cool. So yeah, on the back end here, I'll give you a quick demo of that. This isn't a comprehensive tour by any means. We have those videos, which I'm sure Ashley will be talking about here in a little while. We have some videos on that and the in-depth of how this all works in the back end. But yeah, the new link over here is under My Site Member area. For those of you at was basic and higher on the newest, the current pricing plans. We've had some changes over the years. So yeah, the member area sets up your whole member area. So this is where you can establish your overall branding. So every contact, you can choose which contacts, but every contact who's in your member area sees this. This is essentially the overall branding for your member area. And you can choose whether or not people from the web can, just random visitors can sign up. Or if you uncheck this box, for example, then it's an invite-only member area. So you get to control that, whether people can get in if you want to use that as a lead magnet, or whether people can just sign up by themselves on your website. And you can personalize it like crazy: cover photo, main photo, welcomes, messages, all this fun stuff here. So, and go back over here. Once within your member area, you can then set up one or more vaults. Every plan has a different limit on the number of vaults. So, just be aware of that. It will tell you, like, this plan for this demo account has 2 more that are available. But here are the 3 that we saw over there. So I'll go back over to the member area at the top. You can see here's your 7 steps to holistic abundance and the holistic home. That's where these are. You can see what's in them. Oh, this has a class, 2 discussion rooms, pages. When there's contacts in there, there will be a link here, and you can actually message them. Like if you wanted to send out an email that's, or a text message for that matter, to get, like all your business builders, you could basically, then you come to your vault and click here and you can send them all a text if you have people in that business builder vault. So inside the vault, you get your choice of what, there's a whole bunch of branding options as well, similar to that other page. You get to choose what your content is, add content. You can add pages, discussion rooms, classes. You can copy them so you don't have to start from scratch. You can even organize them. If you want to rearrange the list, you can do that. And of course, there's some branding with cover photo and main photo and about. And you can even set up campaigns when they enter the vault. Going back here, the classes, the setup for classes is pretty simple. You come in here. Here's the 3 classes that we have set up. I'll click on one of these. And you get to choose, how can they advance to the next lesson? Do they have to complete them in order, or can they hop around and access your classes however they want to? Or you can do a time unlock where it's like and this is from whenever they get inside the vault. So you could give them, okay, we're going to unlock a new class every 2 days, and you can coordinate with that with a campaign and really get them engaged that way. But yeah, so you can see here all the lessons inside the class, the branding options. You can even be notified after a student completes this class, and you can even automatically email them a message like after they complete the class, in which you could send them a PDF that says, here's your certificate, or there's all sorts of possibilities with that once they complete the class. So like completely automated. You get notifications. You can reach out and congratulate them as well too. And I'll dive into the lesson here, or one of these lessons, so you can see that. But you can see overall, like, you get the choice of, like, can you allow the discussion on there, which is the little chat? Do you require approval? In other words, do you have to approve the student to move on to the next lesson? You can do that in very small boutique groups of people. If you got a group of thousands of people, you probably don't want to do that. But under requiring homework, you can even have them upload homework, which is awesome. So I'm going to click over here, and one of the lessons setup's pretty simple. Give it a title. If you have a video link, just drop it in there. It supports, right now we support Vimeo, Wistia, and YouTube in terms of like tracking the view percentage. I know there's other providers out there, but those are the big three, or you can just put something in the content here. So this is what this one has the sway in it. Categorize it. You can prep up the discussion area, and there's a bunch of settings there. There's even the downloads down here. So all sorts of things you can do with the lessons. And once you have the classes, you can share those in more than one vault. So this is super exciting. This is huge. I see we're getting a couple questions down here. So open access could be info for prospects. Yes, you can do that. That's one other thing here. Inside the landing page editor, and there's a couple of...
I actually have a landing page built that I just sent over to you in Slack, Greg. If you want to pull that up, you can actually, we can show the process of landing page that lands on the member area. All right, so you guys are going to get access to this. We're going to email this link to you. And of course, for the recording, we'll post this below the video. And so you just enter your information here. So if you wanted to have a class as a lead magnet, all you got to do is create a little landing page like this or in custom pages, and then put in your info, and you've got vault access.
Yep. You can set that up super simply under landing pages when you're editing them. There's a setting now. You can add them to one or more vaults under page settings. Add to vaults right down here. So you can drop them in when they register. And that's how this one is set up over here. So once you register on this, it'll get you right into that vault. So yeah, you can definitely automate that if you want to use this for prospects. Even for, if you have a large team and you want to get your business builders on there, you can send out an email and say, hey, join the community, and then give them this so they can self-sign up so they don't have to do that. You can manually add them. As you saw in the contact manager before, there's a vault add button, but this is a great way for people to self-select and want to engage and join your community. So those are the people you probably want in there anyway.
Yep. Awesome. Very cool. Any questions, you guys, as we're seeing this? There's a lot you can do. Well, actually, do you want to, this might be a good opportunity to show you guys actually what you're going to get step by step when you get started with us. So you'll land on a page just like this, right? And you can fill this out. Name and email.
Let's see here. And I will do that. And I'm probably logged in as Jane, so I'll have to log in again.
That's true. You will get an email that'll give you a thing to click, and you can actually set up your account. It'll look a little bit different from that, but you'll actually receive emails that we have a campaign attached to this that's going to drop emails that actually explain to you exactly how to get started. So this is your member area class. So you can actually learn how to get started here.
Yep, we've got a nice welcome page, with an overview, Facebook groups. Yeah, you can read through all this when you get access. And here are your two classes, the setting up your member area. And this account has done them all, so there's a neat little green check mark. And then the in-depth recorded trainings that we've done too. So there's 4 longer trainings. But yeah, I think this is the shorter video set here as well, these 5. Kim has a question about restrictions on vaults or classes. There are some limits on like the number of vaults and classes you can set up in total. There is no member limit right now. That's something, we'll have to see how that goes. But right now that's, it's open to basically, your entire community that you want to put in there. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question there.
Or you're talking about contacts, right? And
yes, total contacts.
Class. Right, but in terms of the number of vaults or classes that you create, do we have that information? We don't have that updated on the site yet, do we?
I don't think so. That's something I need to, we should probably add that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So there will be limits in terms of the number of vaults or classes you could have inside of your member area. You will have a member area with, I believe, a vault and a class at basic, right, Greg?
Yep, it's one of each.
And then it increases with your plan, of course, to accommodate your leadership level and your your growth. All right.
And Kim followed up with a question. Content is the question within a vault. Yeah, that you can add as much content if you want to have 10, 20 pages in there. I mean, according to your plan limits, there's some limits with the plans on basic. But if you're at premium or higher, you have unlimited pages, so you can put as many pages as you want in there. Unlimited discussion rooms. The classes, of course, are limited based on the plan. But yeah, there's a lot of flexibility there. And you can even, if you want to, like going back up here, this content list, you can actually have content that's not showing in here. So this is, there's a setting when you're editing the class, or sorry, not the class, but the member area. Let me come back over here. You can actually choose to hide some of that content. So if I hop into a vault over here and pick one of these vaults, there's this little eyeball over here. There's two of these that are hidden, for example, in this one. But you can choose. You click on it, essentially, it'll make it hidden or not, and then that shows up here on this content list. So you can do that either to hide content for later and pop it in when it's ready, or if you want to create, like, I think you could have something like, well, click here for all my recipes, which is a page, and then it would take you to a page with like the list of recipes with links to other pages. So you can do something like that without cluttering up this main content list too. Mm-hmm. So yeah, lots of content options.
And in the member area itself, you can also have, you can choose whether or not certain vaults are visible and whether or not people can join them automatically. So in terms of gating access to the type of content that you're putting in as well. Randy asks that you're going to email that registration page to us, a little confused. So what we're looking at right now is the GetOiling member area, right? So this is our member area that we are inviting you into to take this class and learn how to set up your own member area inside of GetOiling. And of course, it'll show you where to go inside your account and how to set up everything step by step. Greg created a 5-part, really easy setup class right there, that how to set up your member area. And then the next class, after you've completed that setup, when you want to learn a bit more about context, if you want to learn a bit more about where you would put different types of content and what's the most ideal way to structure this and why, you're going to see in-depth trainings here underneath. And when we ran our beta test of this feature, we actually had 4 long webinars that actually go into a deep dives in how to use this as an internet marketer, really, and how to use this from different strategic perspectives to serve different approaches to building Young Living. So you're going to find that in here as well, and we will send that link out to you, so you could actually pop in. You can join our member area. Maybe whether or not you have a GetOiling account, or whether or not you are currently at current basic or higher plan, you can still go in and see how this works. So yes, we will get you an email where you can register on that page and then go through this class. So you can actually see what it's like live, right? Hands-on. Because you can set up something just like this for yourself. All right, any other questions? All right. Who's excited about building a member area and having people come in and experience you as the expert, right, inside of your own space at your.com? And that's, so sort of preemptively answer a question here. This would be your URL.com, right, for your GetOiling website /members. This is your own professional membership site, tied totally into all of the other amazing things that Greg has built to help you grow your Young Living business. Awesome. We got a lot of excited people here today. Fabulous. So let's talk about how you can get started, how you can get going with your member area. I'm going to grab my share here, go over just a couple of things. All right. All right, so to get your member area, what you're going to need to do is, if you are not already, you will need to become a member of GetOiling at the current basic and above membership levels. A good way to tell if you're already a member with us is to go ahead and log into your back office, scroll down, and I believe is it under My Site, right? That's the menu space.
There's My Account settings, and then there's a My Plan. If there's a section on there that says upgrade, then you would have to do that to get access to the member area.
Got you. Yeah, and you'll see member area as a menu item if it's already enabled, because we have already, like Greg's flipped the switch, it's on in your account. So shoot us an email if you would like to upgrade to be able to get access to this feature. If you don't see it already, And of course, if you haven't started with us yet, we invite you to come over to getoiling.com, get started with us today for $1. Get in there and learn how to set up your member area with that step-by-step training. And of course, all of the other amazing training and features that are available here for you to grow your Young Living business, including this weekly support call that we are here for you, where you can bring your questions. And we're going to open the floor up actually here shortly for any business building questions you have that you might have brought with you today. So yeah, definitely check your back office. And of course, after this call, check your email or check the link below this video on the recording if you're watching this later on to get the link to go and learn how to set up your member area and check out that step-by-step training. All right, so now we're going to open this up to Q&A. And guys, if you have questions about how this works, how this might translate for your team, maybe you've got a large team of people and you're curious about how you would be able to transition here, functional stuff. Feel free to ask us those questions. If in the recording, feel free to post those questions in the comment below. We will respond. And of course, if you have any other business building questions that you would like to have us address, this is a great opportunity to do so.
Question from Anna. I'm serving 2 different groups as a language. Will I be able to set up both with a single account? Yeah, actually, there's one of our beta testers who's doing this with, I think, Spanish and English. Much of the member area is customizable. There's a button or 2 that I think are labeled in English, but by and large, like even the buttons that to enter the vault, you can customize those. So you can set that. You could have like a, I assume it's like English and another language. So you could have your English vault and you could have your other the other language vault. So it's possible for sure. Kathy asked,
wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, that's really cool. Kathy asked, can we bring in our sways from Grow Workspace as long as the settings do not allow people to copy? Yes, that's
literally what we did here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, absolutely. And they have so many great ones that you could just plug in if you wanted to do that. I definitely recommend, from a strategic perspective, where we're talking about teaching your business builders, that you be more present for the training, and that where you are using third-party trainings or beautiful sways like what they make at Grow Workspace, that you edit them to personalize them and include your story. So don't just go and copy and paste, like take that little extra step to personalize. But yeah, save some time and use some of their amazing stuff to pull this together very quickly.
Okay, so we have a, okay, so Anna says, I'm a little confused to how to set up and pay. I will, I'll message you the link to get started. It's actually just getoiling.com/sign-up. There you go, it's in the chat. Okay, so next question here. I don't see the upgrade in my account under settings, so I email you. Yeah, Kathy, if you don't see the member area link in your menu, then shoot me an email and we'll figure that out, what needs to get done. Kim has a question here about sharing a leg builder link last night. Her concern was not bringing in enough to have her own account, but that the leg builder link doesn't have her name and info anywhere. Yeah, the leg builder links are, they're really intended, they were originally designed to go with like a little story. Like, for example, I'll pretend I'm the new builder on your team and say, I'd share this on Facebook, share the leg builder link on Facebook, like, hey, I'm new, or just getting started with my business here in Young Living. And if you sign up with this special link that my upline gave me, it's her website, but I'll get credit for it. Essentially, that's kind of the story that goes with it. If you do want to go more in depth, you could create a custom page for her if you wanted to on your site. That's totally an option too. Then you can have her in there too.
Mm-hmm. But we do have we have levels of membership with GetOiling, starting out at the very most basic website, which I believe is right now it's $7 a month as of this moment that we're filming this, right? Mm-hmm. So for $7 a month, she can have her very own site. And then of course, if you want to start there and you just want that limited functionality that you can just send off and share, and it's a gorgeous website, you could start with us there. You're not going to get, the member area and all the other features, of course, but I mean, as you grow and as you build your skills, we're here to accommodate you all the way to the crown. So what I would recommend is if you want to use a leg builder link and someone's ready to go beyond and have their story shared, just refer them to us for a membership at that seed level, or beyond, of course, if they're interested in more functionality. And we'll be able to grow with them and serve them. And of course, they can jump onto these training sessions weekly as well and get our support here.
Super. Julie has a tip here. I had to refresh my screen to see the member area. Yeah, if you haven't, if you've had your browser tab open for more than probably a couple of hours, you'll have to click around a little bit or refresh it, and then it should show up.
Awesome. Yeah. And you guys, we've, for about a month, we ran a beta testing group, and really, really excited to see a lot of the great work that's been happening behind the scenes here with folks who have been testing this feature. Some really beautiful ways to build community and to build intentional community, right? Because it's kind of hard to do that again on Facebook because of the element of distraction and lack of control. But you have your own thing here that you can brand however you want. If you want it to be just about your team name and the theme around it, or about you and your passion and sort of the angle that you bring to the table around oils and abundant living, there's so much that you can do with this when the controls are in your hands. And thankfully, Greg broke it down to where it's very, very simple to set up. And then, of course, if you want to dive into the deeper trainings that I did, those will teach you how to go full-on pro if you would choose to do that. We got any more questions?
No, Debbie is sharing with Kim here that she uses her About Me page as an About Her Team page, or About Our Team page, so that members with leg builder links basically have a team website. That's a good tip there.
That is a good tip. Yeah, it's a good way to get people started off and make it really easy from the get-go.
Cool. Yeah, one other thing I wanted to share about the groups, this came out of the feedback from the member area beta testing group. I'm going to grab the screen share here for a minute and show you this. Hopefully this will work this time. Yes, okay, looks like it. So one of the...
Are you sharing your screen?
Yeah, it should. Is it not showing?
Let me see. Oh, there we go. Yes, okay. Yes, it is. Go for it.
Awesome. Yeah, so there's notification settings. So originally when we did the beta test, there was just a set notification schedule and you get emails for every post. But some people said, wouldn't that be great if there'd be a way to customize your notification? So there's like 2 levels of notifications within your member area. I'm at the top of the member area generally, so there's this little gear icon. And so this affects all of the member area, all the defaults. You can choose, like it down, so this applies to both the administrator as well as all of your people that are in there. Everyone can customize this and, prioritize discussion room posts from, the administrator is you as the GetOiling site owner. The default is ASAP. So basically within a minute or two of you posting in a discussion room, they'll get an email notification on that. Choosing or distinguishing between administrators and members, being tagged, comment on a post you've commented on, being tagged in a comment, and a comment on a post. So you can customize these and get batches. Like if you just want daily updates, set all these to daily. Or and they also do show up under this little bell icon here too. So you don't have to actually get emails if you don't want to. So there's like completely flexible settings on that. And if you want to, this is a tip for yourself too. Once you have multiple vaults, you might find you want to prioritize certain vaults over the others. Like, maybe you want to have the new prospects vault be ASAP, but there's a different vault that you only want hourly or daily notifications. If you dive into a specific vault and click on the little gear icon there, you can see it. Either you have a choice between using the default notification settings, or you can customize it for that vault. So you could like single out 1 or 2 specific vaults once you've started to accumulate some of these that, maybe give priority notification to. I did have a question. Julie mentions, can notifications be text? That's something we considered. There's some cost factors involved with that too that might end up leading us to some limits within the contact manager. So it's something we're thinking about, but email super easy and ubiquitous. So we're going with that for now, and we'll see where the future leads us there.
But you
So
can do text in access for vaults, right?
yes, actually,
Right. So
that's
just as an example, you guys, if you were to set up a campaign, and I think Greg, I think that's what you were planning to show. You can pick a word. So let's just say that you are at a vendor event and you are offering people access to an online course on one thing or another. Maybe it's about healthy pets. So if they text healthy pets to your GetOiling number, they would then get access to that vault. They would get those notifications via text. So yes, if you're into text, this is something that you could do. And yeah, you just pick your vault right there. Super easy. So you just create that campaign just like you would for any other text marketing that you might do. Very, very cool. Karen says, you're so behind in your training with GetOiling, but you're loving the vault option. What I would recommend, Karen, if you already have this enabled in your account, is to pop in. I think the actual setup of just getting the features together just takes, less than an hour, really. It's 5 steps. And if you have access to things like sways from Grow Workspace, you can, organize those in a way that can be really helpful. Or if you have a team, this gives you a private place to plug in, and so on. There's definitely a lot that you can do with this. But the trick is to just get started, one thing at a time, one bite at a time. Hey, Talia, where was the training again? So the training, we actually, we can pop, we have a longer link here. We haven't shortened it just yet, but I'm going to pop this into our chat for those of you who are here with us live, and you can actually go ahead and join in that group right away. But we will be sending this link out and including it below the recording for this on YouTube as well. Awesome. So that way you get access to learning how to set up. And then of course, once you get this going, guys, we want to see your work. Definitely, bring your questions here. You will have opportunities to ask specific questions underneath the individual class modules. If you have questions about those things inside of the group that you'll be joining, but you can also bring them here to the weekly work session, because we are here for you every week, no matter what the question is, how it pertains to, what you're working on in your business or using our platform. We're here to help you. All right. And just, as a reminder, for those of you who are brand new or who don't know, getting started with us is just $1 for your first month. And so you get access to everything that you need to grow your business and all the training that you need. There's more there to bite into than you could even touch in a month. But you can, choose your own adventure and get started. We actually have Destined for Diamond, which is a day-by-day, step-by-step walk-through training where we're holding your hand and teaching you how to use different aspects of GetOiling to help you grow your business, with the priority being around those income-producing activities. So you don't even have to worry about getting lost or overwhelmed. We're going to show you exactly what to do every day with a new lesson in your inbox or an action step to take. So if this all seems very big to you, which it is, to be fair, it's actually quite simple when you follow those steps and break them down and take action. Awesome. All right, well, guys, if we don't have any more questions, then we will carry on with our beautiful Thursday and see you in the class.
super. Thanks everyone for joining us today.
Oh, we appreciate you, Debbie. We are here for you. All right, and we appreciate all of you, and here for you all as well who are tuning in live or watching the recording. Look forward to seeing you again on next week's Get Growing weekly work session. In the meantime, head over to getoiling.com. If you are a member, go ahead and check and see if you've got your member area enabled. Hop through that class, get your member area set up, and if you haven't started with us yet, definitely look through the class if you like, if you're curious, or just come over to getoiling.com and get started with us for $1 and start building your own community on your own turf. All right, well, we look forward to seeing you on the next call. Hope you have a great week, guys. Take care.
See you later.